Well, this week is Brain Awareness Week, and I want to talk about a serious roadblock facing the fight against brain cancer. Did you know brain cancer kills more children than any other disease in Australia? But it still only receives less than 5% of government funding. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? And Cure Brain Cancer Foundation, I'm an ambassador for the foundation, is calling for this to be addressed in their submission to the Senate Select Committee into funding for low survival cancers later this month, so those with brain cancer can have an equal chance at survival. We've got to tell the politicians they need to fund this properly. Children are killed from brain cancer more than any other disease in Australia. Doesn't that say it all? Barry Littlefield is the head of engagement at Cure Brain Cancer Foundation. He's on the line. Hi there, Barry.
Hi, Chris.
The 5-year survival rate for brain cancer is 20%. That is appalling.
It is indeed, and it's something that we need to change as quickly as possible. Our mission at Cure Brain Cancer Foundation is to increase that survival from the 20% to 50% by 2023. So we've got our work cut out for us, and we need government to front up and help us.
Yeah, you're trying to get as many submissions as you possibly can to the Senate Select Committee. How do people help you out with that?
Well, it's actually quite easy. It sounds quite formidable for some people, I think, but it's actually quite easy. It doesn't have to be long. It can just be a couple of pages. We really want people to tell their stories, whether they're a carer or a person who's living with a brain cancer or a tumour at the moment, whether there's somebody who's been touched by the disease. They could be a family member, or they could be someone from a school or a college or a workplace. Quite often workplaces really get behind their employees, because as well as being the biggest killer of children, it's also the biggest cancer killer of people under 40. So it's taken away people in the prime of their lives. So workplaces are quite often involved. But to get back to the actual Senate inquiry, we have a website. On our website, if you go to curebraincancer.org.au/Senate, you'll see all that you need there to make that submission.
Okay, let's repeat that for people, because this is too important. If we don't take this opportunity wholeheartedly, we'll lose the opportunity to increase this funding. curebraincancer.org.au/Senate, right?
Yes, /.
And you yourselves have been personally affected by brain cancer, haven't you?
Indeed, yes. I lost my 10-year-old daughter, Eloise, 5 years ago to one of the worst kinds of brain cancer called a GBM, a glioblastoma. She, bless her cotton socks, she was 9 when she first had the symptoms. And unfortunately, she died when she was 10 and a half. And that kind of time frame, 14, 15 months survival for this kind of brain cancer is really common, and it's just completely unacceptable in 2017. We've seen the changes that have happened in other cancers that have had dedicated focus and funding from the government, and we need now that change to come to brain cancer. We know that survival will move if there is that funding and focus.
Yeah. Malcolm Turnbull and Bill Shorten in particular have to stand up to the plate and focus on this and make it a priority, don't they?
Absolutely. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking the government to do what we're doing. We're doing as much as we can. We're doing an awful lot of research in Australia and around the world as well. But what we need them to do is to fill some of the gaps that are clearly there, and to have a role that is going to coordinate everything across the country, so we can make this a really dedicated effort and hit some clear survival milestones. And we want them to sign up to the same mission that we have to double survival, more than double survival actually, by 2023.
Good on you, Barry. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thanks very much indeed.
No problem. curebraincancer.org.au/Senate. Get to it. We've got to make a difference.